I don't know, tech boss?
Seems we both have loads.
Yeah, seems like it, bro. Alright. Get it going. Map 3.
How dare you? How very dare
Yeah,
you?
nice and safer.
TL
Okay.
on the attack. KC
Wait,
on
Sadek
the
is playing
defense.
Harbor. What
Big
the
proactive
fuck?
start from KC over towards C, and well, we can already see where Liquid are going.
Yeah,
What the
I see
fucking
two members
comp?
of KC tucked in. May you be gonna dig their heels in? Paranoia sent through, doesn't catch anything on the front lines at least, but Martin gonna be in a position to backstab this.
Yeah, look at Camo here. How much value? He's still standing.
Yeah.
Player standing.
He's the only one standing. 1v3.
Kick off the pistol. I mean, he's got the 1v2 here, and they're lined up, but Martin's the one to find the third. To kick things off here on
Yo,
Lotus.
Martin is still frying. Damn.
See, I've timed this perfectly, right? I think maybe there's a feeling that Liquid are ahead of the rotation. There's not going to be somebody peeking through onto the backside of the smoke.
Yeah.
Wow, what a whiff.
I mean, Nats comes soon. You can see he's got to check basically both directions immediately.
Yeah. Brutal.
You and me. You and me.
I don't know
What
that
song?
one.
Yeah,
Okay.
what song is
I
that?
don't know that one.
Okay.
In chat.
Sure. Fuck it, you got it. Okay, whatever.
Yeah,
Say
let's
whatever you
know
want to
that.
say, bro.
We gotta find out.
Okay.
Baffled. Liquid gonna be coming to this with the sheriff on camo.
Yo,
Beyond
this
that,
is a
it
fucking crazy
classic.
spot.
So farming time at this. Ooh.
And that's why it's crazy. What the fuck? Yo.
To be honest. I was gonna
Yo,
say,
is Sugetsu fucking betting on games, bro? Surely not, bro. What the fuck are these plays I'm watching? Bro, this guy's died in the first 3 seconds every fucking round. What the fuck? Bro, this guy either killed everyone in the first 5 seconds or he's dead in the first 5 seconds.
little bit worried.
Fuck, that's just like any EMEA player, no? From what I've seen.
Oh, do you go together? 3, 2, 1 it.
Planted.
Oh, it
What was the
doesn't feel
purpose
nice.
of that code?
Doesn't feel good. Okay.
Oh, he's cleared that corner now with the knife.
Okay, got a bit of a reveal on the right. Camo's got Martin.
Oh my
Hold
god,
on,
they're
it's
gonna
all
get
going upside
thrifted.
down. Oh dear, it's 2 left.
They're
Sat
gonna
up
get
in the lead.
thrifted.
Where are the positions on these two? Sat up towards heaven. Playing on the back of the wall. They've kind of diced this up. Oh dear, we've had a nightmare. Hey, safe card, thrifty.
Yo, Sugetsu just lost him the round.
And again, I mean, this isn't even right on Sugetsu. Yes, he gives away the
Sugetsu
upgrade,
just
but
lost
again,
him the round.
It's a Guardian, and it's a very,
Yeah, he lost the round right there.
very committed position.
Straight up.
And the problem being is where the second layer of that setup is outside A. If you can't retrieve that Guardian or at least stop Liquid from advancing any further, that's when it becomes awkward. I'm
Okay,
fine
after
with
this,
the opening engagement. Sure, you lost
Fnatic.
it, shrug it
Fnatic
off,
and
but
Team Heretics.
to give the rifle away completely, that's the issue.
It's not the... Well, I guess it was the start. They really ruined the phrase, didn't they? It is the start they wanted, just not the second start they wanted. Feel like Mitch.
Not the start they
trying
wanted.
to make
Ask them what I
sense.
just now, right away.
Oh, we've got a bit of a stack here. It's quite a few players over there like that. I'm trying to remember who used to do it in the game that shall not be named, Counter-Strike, obviously. There was like, someone can remember who it was infamously. I swear it was like Fnatic at one point, old Fnatic. Just literally, or maybe it was Virtus Pro? Don't know. I'm yapping because this round shouldn't go anywhere, but seeing the last one...
Both of the teams are
Camo's
4-0
got
right now.
already.
Team Heretics and Fnatic,
Taking a lot
so
of space towards A, and if they'd seen
Both
how many were
4-0.
stacked there, I don't think they got the full picture.
could be a
but
banger.
No.
they've noted
Two
some
best
part of
EMEA
it.
teams, I
They'll
think.
know They've got a pretty safe plant. Post plant as well. Util is sorted.
We want to look for a couple of these kills potentially. And Camo's already got his ultimate, maybe looking towards Patatek as well. He's made decent progress in the first 2 rounds. KC slowed down on their approach. I don't really think they have any
What time is it there? 9
anything to
a.m.
really propel forward off here, even with the weapon upgrade for Sadak. They're probably conscious they don't want to give away any more ult progress and give this one up to the spike.
Yeah.
And after round 2 being flipped, you don't really want to give any further advantages.
No. There we go. So, opting for the easier way out, I guess, in that regard.
That's
And
gonna
they're
be a
just
banger,
trying to
yeah,
min-max
yes, sir.
the advantage that Liquid would get away with. And at this point, their money's going to start to swell. You know, for Liquid, they've
What
got to be
the
happy about
fuck?
how this is looking.
Did
For
I just
KC,
read?
that second round might haunt them. I'm a little bit worried. Now they've got to buy here,
You
right?
think
So
the
this
better
should be
fanatic
where
with
everything's fine.
I'm
not gonna have
actually a
to get
single
such a
EMEA
lot
game in
of
like
balls.
3 years, bro. This is my second game
Yeah?
A bold
of
statement.
any
Isn't
EMEA
it? Okay.
match in like the last 3 years, bro.
Is it?
What?
It shouldn't be.
Don't make
Shouldn't be.
See, I don't mind Martin here. This is fine. He has a little TP. Off he pops. No problems. Sadak forced away with the paranoia. Gonna make himself a little cubby to play from, and the ult's gonna come in. Camo unleashes, gonna dive on in, have a look, finds nothing, and then spotted. Spots out Sadak. Very well done here. Controlling the space beautifully until Martin makes a... I mean, it was a hero play, but it would have been nice if someone else had tried to swing with him at the same time, but it felt a little bit disjointed.
Yo, what up, 3? How you doing?
It was final response, but it's Kiko now to put Sugetsu up against the ropes. A 1v3, yes, 2 members tagged up, you can already see. Happy to try and hold on to the rifle here. Liquid will find their third.
Bro, these rounds are
Again,
so
a
quick.
situation where, yes, there's a window of opportunity, like you said, for somebody else to swing alongside Martin on the flash, but there's a
Wait,
lot
watch
of pressure
Friday in
coming towards
Americans tonight?
backside.
Yes, sir.
You got to credit Liquid in that regard.
Yeah.
Again, Serial's, but this is, sorry, not Serial, Camo's able to get so deep.
I'm gonna be live for like
into
28
towards
hours,
side
bro.
there.
Fuck it.
I think there's maybe a couple of question
Watch
marks for
Friday the
KC
games, man. Whatever, bro.
about how to approach. Maybe in the chaos. Surely. Maybe a throwaway round as well with the ultimate being invested. See Sadak's probably desperate to get out here, but he actually ends up positioning himself in between those 2 smokes. So
Who plays tonight?
without really any assistance in that regard.
G2
I guess that's the game plan. Do the same thing for the rest of the game.
NEG,
Doing really good.
Sen, and
That's
MIBR.
it.
The only
It's like
change
Xbox.
here, a bucket.
Yes, I've seen it.
I ate buckets. I ate shotguns.
7.09
So good.
slow
I ate it all.
for Valorant? Not really, no. Not for me.
No, I don't stop. Oh, it's
You got the bucky.
rewarded.
Why can't that be one of the situations where the observers are somewhere else?
That's crazy.
Because ours are too talented. Well, okay, Martin's blind, so they are going to be able to get... Oh my
He gets the
God.
second one.
Thank you for trading that. Oh, it's a 2v2.
That's crazy.
Yeah, still got the rifle as well. Kiko eager to try and respond, but
Other
at least
Prowler.
that's the plan
Prowlers
here.
too. Okay. This is very doable. You got Haunt, Prowler. Smoke
Abbas can get towards
Sugetsu.
a rifle as well, yeah, because
Yeah.
they have to retreat towards tree.
He knows they're both in trees, though.
Ah, but Kiko's reposition is filth. I love it. It may not work out, but I actually like the idea of it. But now it's
What
on
is he
that. So
doing?
1v2.
Stay with their teammate. The fuck?
Committed on the angle.
Imagine he was with his teammate right there.
I thought there was a second. I thought there was a little bit of a spray transfer chance, not to be diffused. Is there beautifully done by KC coming back in. Again, I guess it looks different if they're rewarded on that reposition, but I don't mind it. Make a go of it, but
We'll play
especially
the
after the
Kiko.
crowd are cleared. But again,
I don't know
well,
what the fuck that guy's
Bucky's
doing.
back
That guy's
in,
drunk.
I guess, Mike. So
Yeah, well, you can see there the.
It's a 2v2 and he's just taking a 1v1.
Onto
Like
a
what?
lead, yeah. Beautiful response found, but Bucky noted, then rewarded with a second, which feels pretty
Wait,
uncomfortable.
what
Again,
do
they're
you
probably going to
do
want to
for G2, bro? Fuck EG.
site and isolate Sanak, but
I hope EG fucking
not
lose their
pretty
fucking
work.
franchising
Gets the
spot.
job
The
done
fuck? They don't
regardless.
deserve that shit, bro. You shouldn't be in franchising. The org, not the players.
spread a little thinner this time around. No real, I mean, other than Sugetsu, but there hasn't been much focus put towards controlling Rubble on the side of KC. They're happy to hold a little deeper. It's whether or not Liquid going to identify that and
They
want to
push together,
play
yeah.
with that a little bit. But maybe
what's going on towards? Well, Camo caught Elite. Probably it feels like somewhat unawares. Maybe an isolated approach, yes, from Camo, but still.
Your world is
forced
good
him over
here.
towards that mini.
Oh, or
And
this.
now the recall.
Damn.
Nice.
Bad at this, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the intention as well from KC, just clearing that space, trying to at least trade back in, right? Keep it at this 4v4.
Great awareness actually though, because look what the response is from Liquid. Now obviously going to be sniffed out by Martin in the ult, but straight away coming across here, Neural Theft Invested will give Liquid all of the information they need.
Yeah, and
the kills they need.
Yeah, he hits those. Don't worry about it. And now
Oh, wow.
Sadak's not going to find the shot on Serial. So
that was
the red
looking good
carpet
for them.
rolled out.
And the Euro too.
The ult didn't make it far enough, really. So he's got very few options. It's time to keep that rifle.
I don't think he's going to fancy his chances here in the 1v4.
Are the 24 hours going?
Yeah, actually, credit
Hang
on
in
both
there,
sides.
hang in
The
there.
timing for Martin to invest the ultimate, to check outside C, maybe come... I didn't actually see where it ended up fizzling out, but maybe a soft check towards B as well. But as soon as the Neural Theft comes through, like I said on the other side, Liquid make the absolute right decision in re-clearing that space outside rubble. Because immediately, what the Elite and Arvez straight back inside B. There's
Who
a
do you think
Prowler
is going to win
invested
some
outside
versus
B
We are
main.
Sun 2-0 probably,
Much
then
anticipation Liquid
G2
pivoted to be
2-0.
in that
Probably.
direction. 4-2 now. Wouldn't really say on either side there's
I suggest you move.
yeah, I was just checking. Yeah,
Yeah. Fair enough.
Again, with an extra body towards 3 there, if you're gonna invest the flash out after winning the initial encounter towards Camo. A little strange.
Yeah, and it's strange enough
Tech
that it
buzz?
feels that Casey have gone for an
Or
early timeout.
tactical.
Coming in at round 7
You got a
here.
tactical timeout.
Money's in a bit of a shaky spot too. You've got some players sitting down on like 1.6 after
You're
a
still
share
alive, of
purchase,
course.
2.3,
Of
3.1
course.
Stadak, and obviously the 2 rifles that were remaining. But, well, sorry, I think it was the 1 rifle on Martin remaining. But again, you're looking at the kind of filtering of how this has gone. There was the first round that obviously went to KC, pistol. And then 3 unanswered for TL. Overall,
Pure
Liquid
X or
decided to look
T1?
quite
Wait, for
solid. Yeah,
what?
it's still competitive though.
Wait,
right?
Pure
Like,
X are
it's
still in
a
the
back and forth
playoffs? I thought
series,
they
but
lost.
It's certainly starting to pivot in Liquid's favor.
Yeah, whether or not, I mean, coming out of the timeout in the first half, KC looked fantastic.
Oh yeah, they're in
Able to get
lowers.
themselves back
Wait,
on
T1
track
is in
and
the
find
lowers
an
too. What the
answer, but
fuck?
it's definitely not as clear cut
Yeah,
here
that's
in
crazy,
terms of the
bro.
approach
I mean,
from Liquid and
T1 cleared, no?
I guess how to address
They just
that on
won.
the
They
side
just
of
won the
KC.
last event
It's
like a
not
month
as clear
ago.
cut as Icebox was. And whether actually Liquid are going to continue to benefit in terms of intention, I guess. There's no real set pieces coming out from Liquid. They're able to decide that, well, isolate some of these individuals on the side of KC. Do have some ultimates coming back in though. Patsec and Serial. So opportunities the next few rounds.
Like some muscles? Nah, bro.
Okay,
So we go square bracket or nah, he's sleeping.
Rifle still on Martin. Fast pressure towards Sadako.
Bro, look, they're just running it down.
Kind of keeping him
5 seconds in, they're
Now,
planting the
this is where it
bomb.
gets trickier though. Good spacing to make sure it's traded in on, but
Bro, EMEA
the
just
optimal
run
way
it
to
down.
do it, but it's got them the site. You got the post plant now with the deadlock, utility facilitating the safety of it all. And Martin has to be the big kind of man to lead the way back in. And look how close they're playing. Ult not to be had. Good trade though. Liquid to be turning up the pacing again. The second it gets a bit closer, they all fight together. Liquid on the same page, it looks like. Leaving us to get to an elite. Try and locate these remaining players. Yes, they've got a good shout towards the 2 of them, probably up towards that heaven side. Stunning from Elite, but again, numbers now just sitting comfortably with Liquid, and Nats biding his time in the smoke.
And comfortable the word as well in terms of the purchase now. Liquid have a massive buffer. About the ultimates. Coming online, Kiko obviously got
I mean, low-key, Icebox started like this too now. Team Liquid was just
I'm not sure. I'm
insta running it down. They got like a little lead, and then like
saw on Icebox, it's
KC turned it around, and they just
you were
fucking
disjointed
mopped the floor with them
earlier on
after that.
A retake towards B. That's certainly how it feels, even in some of the downtime of these rounds. A kind of lazy clearance from Elite and Arvez outside rubble previously. Early TP though, committed from Kiko. He'll be able to maybe create some question marks for KC.
He's certainly drawn them away from that B site for a second or two, hasn't it? Elite very aware of someone could be behind them. Wall now triggered.
Bro, these guys are even talking to each other.
Luckily, you got the waylay there who could just dip
He just
over
went
the
in
top.
by
Beautiful
he just
shot
went in
from
by
Demon1,
himself.
Great follow-up from Serial. They have the bodies, they have the spacing, they have the sight. And let alone the TP taken earlier by Kiko. And now it all lines up. This is a save. This is an instant save.
That's Martin and Arvez, whether or not they're even going to be able to find an exit or two. Nats is already repositioned themselves outside rubble. Yeah, I don't think
Heretics
that
or
was smart. They're
Fnatic?
gonna
Probably
move from these
Fnatic.
positions, to be honest with you.
You didn't go sleep? No, I haven't slept
And
yet.
what
A little checkmate of a round.
Yeah, what the response coming out of the timeout ultimately is, because we talked about how beneficial it was for them on Ice. I'm about to say Split there. Split was a week ago.
Quite some time ago.
Yeah. Having said that, well, they're going to be dug out of these positions now. Yeah, Liquid have got the money. They can throw a few bodies at this.
Financially, yeah. Absolutely should do.
Wow, they're not gonna get.
Alves praying for his life. Nice little sidestep.
Damn.
I can't live forever though, but you're looking at the cash as said,
Nothing to
the
work
DL,
with this
They
round.
got
Kill them
banged
all.
for days. They're happy with this, but I've got to say that B hit was beautifully choreographed. Very impressive. Just super clean on the way in.
Another situation where Camo is able to, again, extend a little bit than where you would see traditionally with a jet dash. And I can't even say that that's, you know, throwing off the crosshair placements enough to cause problems for KC, but they almost
What's up,
have to just
Rule?
concede
How you
that
doing?
initial wave of pressure. And we're not seeing the response back from KC. Well, I guess a coordinated response, but whether or not that's the answer is polishing their B retake in general.
Oh, they're going to start coming up against it now. This does feel like that pivot point of do we actually get much of a game on our hands, or does it fizzle out?
Hope you're doing good. Appreciate you,
The
bro.
attention's turned
Thank you.
towards the C site now, so looking to try and show some of that versatility. And the only one really drawing blood is Sadak. We haven't
Yeah, I'm
seen
not gonna
anyone
lie. This is
find
gonna
that
be a
big
13-2,
impact.
bro.
Oh, that felt like they could have lined up there. They didn't.
I don't
in the
think
end, but
KC
they
is
only
making
gonna
anything.
get Palitek down, but bring it to a 1v3.
Elite going to be tested here. His position revealed. The audio cue at least, but 3 members of Liquid to try and dig out an awkward plant, so they almost have to stay committed to some degree. There's a little bit more utility for Elite to try and navigate through.
Oh, that's tough. This post plant is so brutal, isn't
Yeah, really is.
it?
Wow.
Oh,
Damn.
endless amounts of util to
Do I
put
have any
on there.
tattoos? No, sir.
And credit to where it's due. Liquid looking very solid
No,
here.
sir.
I can't fault it. There's nothing that I could particularly fault about how they're approaching this. Ult back in for Camo. Serial's got his. It's all lining up. This has to be a huge round for KC. This has to be pretty much all the marbles for them, at least on this half.
Yeah, this shit's over.
Let's see whether I heard the little cue there for the replay, but
Yeah.
I thought maybe we were going to get a little snippet,
No,
but it
just
was
heavy
just pretty
breathing.
heavy
This shit's
breathing.
looking over,
Heavy
my
breathing
bro.
intensifies.
I don't know what the fuck
But
this
yeah,
harbor
certainly
comp
round
is,
two
bro.
here.
Oh, hold on. Pacey. Oh, and
He's
Nats
opping on
knocks Sadak down
Cypher.
as well.
Just
I
forfeit, bro.
thought
Get it
KC
over
were looking
with.
to maybe spring a bit of a trap here. They had 4 players, Mike. They looked ready to go, and they've just been dismantled.
And a wide swing from Nats with the operator as well. Liquid continuing as they have done. Cut sound now,
Her EMEA plays so differently.
forcing KC into a position to
And then
send
they-
out a fact finder or two. Prowler sent
And then
down,
A,
nothing-
there would be fucking Breach Stun there, Breach Stuns here, Techo Nukes, Knee in the wall, Euro Flash, Vice Flash, a Thorns, a Paranoia, a Breach Flash, a Techo Stun, all thrown in the first 4 seconds of the round. Amy, he just walked out aiming on Cypher, threw a harbor wall, killed one. You ain't doing that shit in A, bro.
Kind of double pumps, those kind of like slow down fakes.
Regis
a
plays
good
so
shout.
fucking differently, bro.
Now they're in the right place for it. You've still got 2 players here. It's not an advantage, but it's the best you're gonna get. And
You would just get fucking Yuto dumped in the
day.
day.
The back of the site. The ult gets unleashed, but Sugetsu still survives. His teammate, though, in the best of ways, trying to secure him and save him, but the shorty's on the way, and it's Kiko and Nats stealing it in the end. This is brutal to witness. Liquid looking a step above.
What are you doing, brother?
Again, some rifles will materialize from the funds, but certainly going to be some gaps in terms of the inventory coming in for KC. And yeah, just I mean, Liquid. There's bodies.
Yo, you
There's
have to be
just
betting on
rifles
these
for
matches,
the
bro.
round.
You have to be betting. You have to be betting Crypto Coiner or some shit, bro.
That's right. They have a gamble.
Yo, no, now the
Seem to
fucking.
maybe-
Yo, bro, if this happened in my ranked games, I would fucking report them for fucking crypto betting and fucking betting on my games, bro. What?
Haven't seen much in terms of proactivity from KC on the defensive side, but certainly hasn't felt comfortable with a few early round losses that ultimately rely on an opening engagement from Sugetsu, potentially others, and Elite. You see they're happy to just sit back. And there hasn't really been, well, I'll say it again, much to address.
Holy
Liquid's
shit, bro. I don't
early
believe
rounds.
my eyes.
Again, Camo looking to get aggressive onto B though with the ultimate.
Yeah, spots out one, but it's
He just baited the fuck out of his teammate, bro.
Good at kind of trading in on this. So
He just baited the fuck out of his teammate right there.
Advantage until now. Liquid's back line, picking up the pace. Kiko with a triple in the end, sitting on 3, and we need Sugetsu to be on it now. He's had some hot and cold moments throughout this series.
Hot and cold. I'm telling you, like,
here, couple of
ice
moments.
freezing moments and like
Now
some
he's
decent
navigating his
plays.
way past 2. Nats to the right, Kiko
Double
to the left,
swing.
the 3,
Yeah.
2, 1 swing. It ain't going out of their hands. Liquid so locked in here. I've got to say, Casey looked like they were ready for map 2, but getting to map 3, it's just not here.
No, like I said, we haven't seen that same sort of step change. Well, actually, Liquid even being knocked off their momentum. Has felt as if they've had a lot of freedom to set up how they want to in these rounds. Whether or not KC have. I mean, I don't know. It's not
Both
even
teams
really
early down, straight up.
comp discussion at all. It's KC lost out some of these early rounds, as I said, and after that, I've just been happy to kind of sit back and react to what Liquid are doing. Another, well, I was going to say awkward moment potentially here from our team, but
Find you.
it's been a question mark repeatedly. And
Bro,
now
these
it's
people don't even use
the
utility.
weaponry
They
towards the
just
end
take
of this half.
gunfights, bro. Holy shit, no one's
Liquid
using
are
any
gonna continue to do
utility.
well. Try and punish this. Martin rewarded this time around.
Lovely little 1-2 between them. Attention drawn away. Arvez.
Bro,
hold on. Huge impact.
Everyone just shift while contacts everything in EMEA and does fucking stupid plays like this.
Elite will take that every day of the week, but hey.
You can't even get a chance to shoot your gun in an A, bro.
And it ain't much.
Just pure util everything, bro.
And
What
3
the
rounds.
fuck?
Carmine Court got to come out in the second half swinging, but we'll have to hold on to that thought and maybe see if Carmine, well, whether or not Carmine Court can actually adjust accordingly and catch Liquid off guard in the second half.
These guys are just shift walking up 20 seconds into the round. You got 2P in their spawn. What the fuck am I watching?
Friday night putting them plays in.
Much stronger. They've got the approach down they want. And now they
Yeah,
get
that's
to
a
go into
fucking
the
9-3
defending
half, bro.
half with
That's the most boring ass 9-3 half, bro. I'm
How
gonna be
much more
honest.
do they need here, Mike? I'm a bit worried for KC now.
KC
Yeah,
did
that's
not
right.
do
I guess
anything
to-
that whole
to dig
game,
a little
bro.
Deeper on that, this is
They didn't
now
do
the third showing
anything,
this
bro.
composition where Liquid have, and comfort is the key.
Team
What
Wickle
they
just
demonstrated,
railed them.
Obviously, previously, a little topsy-turvy in terms of the compositions. We start off with the rain, but actually hold that thought for a moment. Camo, I was curious of whether or not they were just going to dry swing on. So they were positioning.
That's just a
they were
DM.
posturing forwards there, but Martin caught completely off guard.
And I love the way he can kind of play in front of the util from Deadlock and then get back behind it. So there's no chance really of trying to springboard or even a pick from that if it goes the other way around. Oh man, this is thought out. Now, Camo, new position, spots them out, needs someone else to take the attention here. They're already crossing. Careful backside.
Bro, how are they in the bomb site with no utility?
Call it out, but Pantic still falls. KC.
Did they even buy utility, bro?
Mountains out of molehills. There's still a fight in this to be had.
What the fuck?
Sugetsu tagged up down to 45. Serial, a chance here maybe to upgrade to the Ghost. Doesn't want to give away his position just yet, but
Oh, there's a
the
piece of
Prowler
utility.
has to deal with it. And almost looking as if KC are in a position to take 2 individual fights.
There's another
here.
piece of utility.
Ava's able to slip away though.
Oh my.
Damn, they're just not shooting this
Well,
game.
I'd say Ava's with a reposition to make it so they can double swing onto it, but both
Yeah.
picked apart
With a
here.
fight.
Yeah, Nats and Serial get the 10th round on the board for Liquid.
I don't know what you meant to say about that one. It's like they were kind of doing everything right. It was flipping its way around a little bit, and Nats and Serial won both their fights. But this was nice at the start. I like that beginning, but still, yeah. What more are you meant to do?
Yeah, because there's a moment here where almost one player passes onto a
What?
site, and then the paranoia's a little
How did he
later,
kill
and
him?
it feels like KC are actually able to get into backside, find the success they need, but
was like 2 seconds delayed, I swear.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, the reaction was 2 seconds delayed there. I guess the crunch that comes through that Liquid is set up for, but regardless, it's Nats and Serial to seal the deal. Investment on the side of KC, and maybe looking towards changing the pace slightly, but
Bruh.
into the
They're
blender,
just
it
running
feels
it
like.
down.
Yeah, head first towards Camo.
This looks like my average ranked
Lethal
game.
in combination and confidence sky high. Sugetsu does find Camo, but it's not without the cavalry now being
Jesus
rotated
Christ,
towards the
bro.
C site. The spike being picked back up gives them a window of chance here, and Sugetsu
This literally looks like my ranked
desperately
teams.
needs to make something of this. 3 players to find though, Mike. It is extraordinarily hard.
And obviously, tagged up, does have the regen, but a stinger in hand, and Nat's already on the prowl. Yeah, he's going to probably win out this one in terms of range. Headshot will land, and that's 11 for Liquid. You understand why the investment comes through, but with a Guardian on the other side, it doesn't feel comfortable to kind of run it down towards C with stingers. I don't even mean run it down to be like derogatory, but they're looking to find an opening engagement. Even versus pistols there, you're never going to expect Liquid to be playing, you know, jump peeking that edge or contesting towards Mound.
I've just fallen on the sword here, it feels like. This round you're going to have to suffer through, and
Game is over.
You're looking at the purchases. Financially, this is the hard part. They've got to just get through this.
What did they get out of Harbor, bro?
But look at that util. Look at the state of
Just
that
what was the
A-site.
point of the Harbor?
Smothered in it. It's not nice. It's not nice at all. The passive cam up top.
Yeah, these traps are just brutal from this composition from Liquid.
And here we go, now's the test of it, funneling them further forward. It plays in Kiko if they do try and cross through, but the clone going to take most of the attention here. I saw C's towards backside, but good luck, observers.
This Harbor did not help them.
Not yet, and KC have started to fire up. They've divided the site into manageable pieces and maybe made something out of this. A 2v2 though, Kiko key in this. Still good HP and still a top fragger, but Sadak answering back, putting Kiko in the 1v2. Look at the HP though, Mike. Oh, Sugetsu. They needed a savior round from him, and they got it that time.
A combined like 47 HP between the two of them. It's unfortunate as well, because I think Camo takes a ton of damage in that engagement. See, actually, when we caught on the replay, what was the initial point here? Again, Patstek finds 2 here, and it feels as if Liquid can reset behind that, but oh yeah, those are the 2 that kind of
fair enough
sealed Liquid's fate.
They're gonna get equal here.
Sugetsu was the one to throw a Guardian in the mix here, so doesn't get much better than that for your hero rifle.
There is the utility.
See how Serial survives, if he survives, because you could see the pressure coming through there. They're able to beat a little bit of the util. Sugetsu cops a lot of damage though.
KC immediately retreat. Other side though, Liquid
That's a good
might
play.
be here to catch the rotation. Jumping slightly, so a headshot in the mix. No trade.
That was a good play from Team Liquid.
Wow, how was it like? I was
Three round walk mid, that was good.
87 HP.
I don't understand how that just happened. I really don't. And now they can't really react to it, because look at this like impromptu stall coming out. Again, the deadlock there. You're going to have the util from Cypher.
It's going to be 12 here.
B as well. Your really only option is that A site.
I'll find you.
And that's going to be relaying this information at least, but probably just tucked in the spy camp. Confirmation comes from Kiko, but how much of that is kind of tangible information?
NASA's gonna get a 4K. Oh wait.
Now going to be able to identify it is a fake.
Fake.
30
going there.
seconds left.
Really looking towards Camo to mitigate as much of this pressure as possible.
Stall comes in, sees towards the back of the site. And Camo is going to be noted on the Prowler. So his job is done. He's removed from this.
GG.
Handtech takes up the mantle
Game
and
over.
controls the corner. A tap
The
on the
rat.
spike in this isolated fight. This is a problem. Elite can only get one. He's overwhelmed, and Martin was noted earlier. If anything, Nat should be able to keep awareness. You look at the time.
It's over, yeah, it's
it is
over.
gone. A miserable way to watch that 12 get on the board. Nice consolation for Martin, but it's 12 nonetheless. KC
Match point.
gonna have to suffer now, held on this 4 rounds that they've only been able to collect.
Yeah, in case he had plenty of time to formulate a plan around what I mean, the intentions there with the fake. I'm not sure which point the penny drops for them. Very strange. I mean, it's a benefit being the Nats is still in a position, like I said, to
Wait,
convert
Overwatch
the
before?
backside of
Not
that
really.
fake.
I played
There were a
like
few
a
question
game or
marks.
two of Overwatch before.
Last purchase, well,
Is there a very well
assumed
slow
last
sense?
purchase.
Yeah, it's
KC.
it's
Not right
definitely a slow sense, but it's good for me.
Yeah, they're so prepped for this though. They're so prepped for this though. And Liquid looking to try and end with a flourish, but it's not going to happen. Martin and Sugetsu win the fight out by Mound, and they try and progress forward. Leave the spike to be picked up by the others and trail that in. Let's get some space here. Let's get some security. But look at the ults as well. Paddytech's got his. Camo's got his. The Camo's not playing passive in this. Gets swung on. Drive-bys by Martin. And oh my god,
Martin is
Paddytech, easy.
Martin
This was a
and
fit individual.
Martin
I
is farming
kind
them.
of want them to tighten up some of those points there.
Another one, bro.
I think we've had a few
Okay,
instances of that.
get one
but
more.
we'll have to see if Serial can get something going here.
Did I sleep? No, sir.
A bulldog, so probably gonna. Well, I was gonna say looking towards.
If he gets the kill here, it's good. He has his
CT,
ult
but
for next round.
Escape.
Try and get a tap on the spike as early as possible. Flash comes through, 28 HP. Yeah, it's just being made very awkward for him. Elite actually finds the wall
He didn't give
bang.
him anything.
KC clinging to life. Must have heard me. It's not their last purchase. That'll be a big boom to the economy now. Probably get rifles across the board on the back of that.
Holy shit,
And
try
plenty
8
of
more
options,
hours.
2 away for Arvez, and that'll be the full house.
Am I gonna watch Fnatic and Heretics?
And,
Yes, sir.
to be fair, if you know, we've been kind of, I don't want to say critiquing Casey. There wasn't much to say. It's more complimentary to Team Liquid, but something about Team Liquid as well is we want to see them tighten up a lot of the screws here as well. If we're looking at them as one of the playoffs teams or potentially an international team under a closer light,
I don't think I'm
we
making
need to
it.
see
What,
them
have you
not
been up
make,
for the whole entire 16 hour with me, Enoch?
like small mistakes. You know what I mean? Small mistakes. But now it's fine. They're at 12-5. I'm not gonna hound them about it, but. Let's see what Martin can get out of this. Looks to try and facilitate this C take here. So Serial, a big test on his plate. Trying to bound back here. And he does get away with his life.
Oh, wow, that's good space right there.
Towards
He pushed them all the way back.
Want to potentially deal some damage.
Have you been awake 24 hours?
Serial actually finds one. Martin
I've been
not
awake
far off, though.
24 hours like
Wait
100
for
times.
Martin there, just to make sure it doesn't get too dangerous, right? We've got a couple
a
shares,
lot.
bits and bobs. Plant wasn't down yet. There was room for it to get a bit nerve-wracking, but no. Casey
Bro, they
keeps
got the
some
bomb
security
down at the
there
1
before
minute mark.
Martin
Every
secures
round
that
has been...
CT
Bomb
side.
has been planted in the first
Being
30
worked
seconds
back
of
in
every
on that
fucking round.
Guardian, racking off a couple of shots while Camo, he's on for it. Oh, he enamored by what he saw, a pixel out of place, but Casey
Yo,
in
Martin
control
is-
here. Better.
He
Right,
was coming
couple of
back,
key
bro.
steps now.
Long way to go, but certainly a positive start here. In terms of clawing their way back into this third map.
Yeah, you've been here the whole... That's crazy, bro.
We come out, I was going to say, yeah, coming out of that. Well,
Oh, wow,
it's
that's a good
3
flash.
ultimates burned up. Sugetsu's the only one left, and Aves one away.
That's fire.
I believe that was the case at least before.
At least I survived 24 hour
Martin already,
streams.
halfway back to his ultimate, so
Hard.
with a 4K,
I'd like to see
obviously.
just like a little checkmate here from Liquid. I want to see what it looks like. They've got 3 of their own ults.
It's hard to
right?
like
Show me
play
something.
24 hours like that fully.
Maybe feeling a little
Your body just gets so fucking
awkward
drained
after
toward
some
the
of these
end.
losses. Again, switching up the investment of some of this utility between Nats and Serial as well.
My ult is ready.
Aves finds that missing piece of the puzzle.
You think they're gonna plant the bomb in the next
Potential
15
to-
seconds or no? Nah.
Clear
It's
out
a slower
a
round.
large area here on the back of that, and whether or not KC will drift into just a very well invested site here, in terms of bodies at least. Sugetsu positioning himself in a lurk, does have the TP, so can rejoin his team at the drop of a hat. But you almost want Sugetsu to show towards C here, because with the camera, unless anything drifts in to see it. I mean, it's actually a surprise to see Kiko over there.
Huh?
Spike down A.
Oh, it was just I didn't know where that happened. Then I was looking for it on the map, but
The fuck
okay,
was
so
that? Oh,
man
bro.
up already, and
What?
Sadek on that ruins a lot of their ability to get towards these sites comfortably.
Camo nearly ran inside that smoke there after being revealed.
Imagine he had us over here.
Gonna come down as well. Time to evacuate. We're getting ults upon ults here. They're throwing everything into this, it looks like. And they have been rewarded. Liquid just putting the pressure on as Elite is
Jesus.
found. Mike,
Casey just looked lost, I ain't gonna lie.
13-6. Liquid looked in.
Casey looked lost, bro.